We are very close to a sale. Very, very close.
Sale of holy balls or what?
Very, very no. I just wanted to say it here because, like in a month when it sells, I don't want anyone to be like, "Oh my god," because someone's gonna claim they said it first,
Mm.
and I just want to make sure, like that I said it first. We are very, very close to a sale. We are very, very close. It's gonna be interesting. Okay. Do you know about the story of Larry Flynt and Jerry Falwell?
Can't say that I do.
Larry Flynt versus the People. It was a movie with Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
Um. Uh. What did you say? Sorry, Barry. I was looking at what you said. Did you see Wooly's latest post? I'm looking at it now. I'm team Annie, Chandler, and Pat. I've been fortunate to meet all three, and they are kind, funny, and genuine with a deep love of CrossFit. If they say CrossFit HQ isn't addressing their concerns, I believe them. That one? That one? Are you talking about that one?
Probably.
Oh.
But I don't understand the point of that.
Is that the one you're talking about, Barry? Is it? Sevi, did you see? God, you guys have already had me derailed, which I like. I'm glad. Did someone see the beginning of the USA Canada hockey game? No, but I saw an IG post where it showed. Did they boo the national anthem and then the U.S. hockey team went out and kicked the shit out of them?
That's fucking right, dude.
Hey,
That's fucking right.
I didn't know this about hockey, but do Canadians not win the world championships anymore? Have the U.S. taken over that sport? Is that what's happened?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, that's crazy. I
We
saw
beat
something.
the shit out of Canada.
So they haven't won the what's it called? Is it the Stanley Cup or is that baseball?
Stanley, the NHL. That's like the club, like the pay league. You have to like go to the Olympics and win.
So the Stanley
American,
Cup's like is the NFL of hockey.
correct.
That's like the Lombardi Trophy.
Yes.
Why do
If
they
you
call it the Stanley Cup? Was there a guy called Stanley too? They had a Stanley. The NFL had a Lombardi.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the U.S. dominates?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's funny.
It's
More
it's amazing.
Americans play hockey than Canadians. Well, we have more people.
Yeah,
What
but all of
happened?
the people that play hockey are like within the Midwest.
I better
So
write
they're
down all the things. So CrossFit is going to be sold. I talked about that. Then I want to talk about John Woolley threatens to sue me or sue someone. Americans crush Stanley Cup. Oh, supply consumer to market a product. I want to talk about that too. Okay, go ahead. Tell me what happens here. I'm here for it.
so the Canadians, I'm guessing, I think it was the fans, they just started booing the national anthem when it was playing. This is
this
the
the Olympics?
No. This is just like it's called the Four Nations. It's like what
Mhm.
they do in rugby where you have it's like four countries come together and they have like supposed to be like a friendly tournament where each country puts up their best teams, they pick whoever, and then they go play.
Okay.
And first game, America versus Canada. They get out there and they boo the national anthem, the American national anthem. Obviously, America does not fuck with that, and so as soon as the puck drops, they just start fighting. Like people just start individually fighting. And on the American team, there are two.
Where is the game?
I don't know.
Okay.
There are two brothers on the American team, and the first person to start a fight was one of the brothers. And so those two go at it until the refs stop them. And then after that, the other brother starts to fight with another guy, and they go at it and so it was like 3 or 4 fights within the span of a minute.
In the beginning of the game, no one's even played yet.
Nobody's even played yet.
What a
Like
what a what a trippy sport that it has like fighting and hitting a puck on an ice, right? Those are the two elements of hockey.
Pretty much. You have sticks. You're flying around at like probably 30 miles an hour with sticks and ice skates.
That's how fast those guys get going?
I think so. It looks fast.
Wow. Okay, let's see. This is some of the fighting.
This is just like a highlight reel.
Is the fighting better than the stick and puck part?
No, because the United States beat the fuck out of them.
Oh, that's awesome. Which ones are the Americans?
Blue.
Okay, good. Do we beat their asses in fights too?
All the time.
Oh, good.
It's a melee. Look at that. Just whooping on them.
And I know that rule in hockey. If the fight goes to the ground, they stop it.
Right. Yep. As soon as it goes to the ground, it stops. It's so good. Yeah. So that was the USA Canada game last night.
Is that sport doing well, or is it like basketball? It's in the dumps.
Oh no, the NHL is alive and well.
Thriving. Oh, cool. Yeah, fighting will do that.
Yeah. And it's funny because they were talking about how, you know, how the NBA and the NFL, they'll do like the NFL is like a flag football game, like their All-Star game is like a flag football thing.
I was just reading about the NBA doesn't even have an All-Star game anymore. It's just like they scored 397 points in one of the games or something. Like no one even plays. They just
nobody plays.
Around. Yeah,
they do. It's a shoot around with 10 people on the court, and then before that they do a dunk contest. It is so boring, and nobody cares to watch it. But you go to the NHL, and you're gonna get a literal game. They're gonna play.
Why would anyone? If I was an NFL player or a basketball player, I would not, especially an NFL player, I would not want to play in an All-Star game.
Why?
What's the point? I don't know what. Like, why chant? I don't know. It's like boxing for fun. Like, if you're a professional boxer, it's you know what I mean. What would you want to box for fun? Just the risk to reward seems just crazy.
Yeah, but
the
it's
NBA
also
the NBA has a looting contest. Wow,
a looting contest, crazy.
So The Chosen got all fucked up for me yesterday.
Oh,
that's the Jesus show I'm watching. I'm watching the documentary about the show, about the guy, because they started talking about Ferguson and Michael Brown. Michael Brown's the dude who robbed the liquor store, the 6'5", 300-pound kid that robbed the liquor store. They got it on videotape. He beats up the fucking, the little packy fucking, you know, Middle Eastern, you know, owner of the store. And then he reached into a cop's car to grab his gun, and the cop shot him through the door. And then Michael Brown walked away and then came back to attack the cop, and the cop shot him again. All the witnesses tell the story exactly the same. But in the documentary, they kind of they touch on it, but they say it when the cop killed Michael Brown. And I just hate it. It just made me realize, oh, these woke fucks.
Great.
Yeah.
Ruined it.
Yeah, it kind of started pissing me off. I wanted to. So yesterday we did what appears is going to be our biggest Kill Taylor show ever. Thank God for James Sprague. Jesus sent James Sprague to Kill Taylor to help the ratings. And it was an insane show yesterday. There were some of the funniest lines ever. I cannot believe that line that Sousa delivered when James Sprague adjusted his dick like Froning does, and Sousa said he just turned it from stun to kill. I must have watched that like 20 times. That was so funny when he said that.
That was really good.
And then, go ahead.
It was just the snatch part too. Was just
amazing, right?
Yeah.
We're fighting over whether he's going to fail a rep. Sousa's like he's going to fail it. Then he fails it. Then he ends up winning. Judy Reed stocked up on holy balls. Everyone's a winner. Man, that was so good. Sprague and Colton carrying all the elite athletes on their back. They're the realist. So then afterwards, John Woolley made another abstract, like obtuse post. You know, so he wrote on his Instagram that he has a lawyer on retainer, and he's because we had a poll during the entire show whether he masturbates to Danny Spiegel or not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, then he posted this in 2018 when all my social media And maybe I'm just arrogant and I think this is about the show. But in 2000, and we were just cracking jokes the whole time about how he jerks off at work and just all that stuff. And then he posted in 2018 when I launched all my social media, and the very first thing I did was hire a lawyer and put him on retainer. I've used him once in 6 years. Today will be a second.
You know what's
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny
Mhm.
that a guy with a meme account that had 500,000 followers that's made a profession out of, or a hobby. I don't know if it's a profession. Who's really good at his hobby of making fun of people, got upset when he got made fun of.
Yeah. Imagine this. It's 2018 and
Mhm.
you start an Instagram account and you're
Mhm.
like, dude, I'm gonna post memes about CrossFit.
Yeah.
You post one meme about CrossFit. It gets 3 likes from your mom, your brother, and
Are you describing my account?
no, your mom, your brother, and somebody from the affiliate that found it. Like
Mhm.
your friend of the affiliate. You have 3 likes on this post.
Mhm.
I'm gonna hire an attorney, put him on retainer. Because this shit's gonna get crazy. If you think that you're arrogant, what does that make him?
Wooly did have an account with, I think it had 500,000 or 400,000 Instagram followers, and he had it pulled down completely unjustly by Instagram. I think he used a clip that was on the internet, and then someone sold the clip to later. And he made a post, and then it wasn't in, and then months or years passed, and then whoever owned that footage sold it to MTV, and then MTV reported Wooly for stealing that clip from MTV, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? And they pulled his whole fucking account, which is just completely fucking ridiculous. But there was a case. There's a case that all law students study. It's Larry Flynt versus the People, and Larry Flynt was the publisher of Hustler magazine. And there was a guy, I think his name was Jerry Falwell, and he was like the biggest televangelist in the world at the time. And Jerry Falwell, Larry Flynt did a satire piece in Hustler magazine and told a story about how Jerry Falwell lost his virginity fucking his mom in an outhouse. And so Jerry Falwell sued Hustler magazine, and he won, and then it went to the Supreme Court, and Larry Flynt won 8-0. The Supreme Court said no. And there's all these things about it, like basically famous people can say anything about other famous people, and people can say anything about famous people, and that you can do all the satire and comedy you want. And what's funny, because after he posted that, like 3 lawyers contacted me in my DMs, and they go, "Hey, dude, give me that case. I'll do it pro bono for you if he comes after you." I'm like, no, he's not gonna. He's just fucking around.
They need pro bono hours, so this
But I
is
was
what
trying
they take out.
I was trying to put myself in his position. I was like thinking, um, I was like, I was thinking like, why am I the way I am? Why do I think it's funny and it's not a big deal? And I'm surprised that he can't. Like, what's his deal that like he can't take the jokes? And I was thinking, what happens is the first time you remember being a little kid and getting in your first fight and you get punched in your face,
Yeah.
and do you remember what you thought?
Oh, fuck, I just got punched in the face.
Yeah, and then what? Do you remember what you thought after that?
I guess I gotta fight back.
Yeah, but my feeling was I remember the first time I got punched in the face, I was like, "Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be."
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? That sucks, but, like, I'm okay. Like, I
Yeah.
thought if you got punched in the face, you're toast.
Okay. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? My whole life up until that point, I'd never wanted to be punched in the face, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And so what happens is like, there's 50 threads on Reddit where I'm a fucking pedophile and Sporty Beth got me as the world's most toxic man, and there's the time where you're like, "Okay, okay." You know what I mean? I can take this. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? I got New York Times got that little paragraph about me, and you just learn to take it. And I was just thinking, oh, there's just different, I guess, different levels. You know what I mean? Like there's people who do jujitsu, and then there's people who do MMA. And the people who do jujitsu don't necessarily want to switch over to MMA because they really just don't want to get punched in the face.
Right.
There's so much more money in MMA, but there's so much more worse shit that happens to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? The guy fucking puts you in the crucifix, holds one arm down, holds your arms like this, and just pounds your face into the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that.
Yeah, me too. Me fucking too. Anyway, take a deep breath, Johnny. Just take a deep breath. No, like, and I was thinking about this. So the whole thing with the athletes, I can use Pat or Annie or whoever. By no means do I think I'm better than any of them, and by no means am I trying to demonize them. There's a product, and the product is CrossFit. You know what I mean? It's just a product, and it's been brought to market, and there's people and people make money off of it. People love it. People, all these things, and they want to change the product. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, we don't like Coca-Cola. We want to change the recipe.
Mm.
And so they want the recipe one way, and I want the recipe the other way. And people are like, oh my God, it's crazy how people are turning on the athletes. I've seen that like 3 or 4 times on Instagram. And you have to remember, they asked Dave Castro to be fired. We've listened to them complain for years without details. We caught Brent and Pat lying about their communications with HQ. Like, they're the product. It's just like, whenever I start talking about religion, like there's a handful of people in the chat who are like, fuck this is boring. Or even Susan, when I had Susan on the other day and God came up, I'm like, does that bore you, that conversation? He goes, yeah. I was like, dude, that's totally your prerogative. I wake up in the morning to fucking dance monkey dance. I come here to provide a product. And if you don't like it, like that's your prerogative. And then I have to decide whether I want to be like, okay, they want more pedophile talk, or they want more dirty jokes, or they want more Caleb, or like, what do they want? And I can decide. It's up to me to decide. But at the end of the day, it's not an essential product. The podcast isn't essential. If I stop doing the product within a month, you guys forget about me. And if we don't like the product that Pat or Annie or any of them are bringing to the table, we, as the consumer, we can do all we want. It's not a big deal. Now there's some things that are a little bit big deal, like to Pat and Annie, to, I don't know what level of hardship they've had in their life, or what part of their income is CrossFit, but to them, maybe, to every person, it's different, right? If CrossFit's your entire way of making money, then you love it, and it's your way of putting food on the table, then you're like, okay, maybe you have a different strategy. But if you're Austin Hatfield and you have another form of income, selling rabbits, having rabbits fuck each other and selling them and providing food and sustenance to people's lives, and that's your primary vocation, it's just different. There's just different. It's just different. But either way, when you're in the media space, whether it's good or bad or fighting, or whether you're happy with what's going on, or whether you want to see it go, what you want to see or don't want to see, it's always just stories, and it's not a big deal at all. You know what I mean? Like I don't care. The only part that I care about is, like, on one level, I do deeply care. I don't want Dave to lose his job. He's my friend, and that's how he puts food on his table. But on the other hand, like, I don't care what's happening, because either way, I'm going to report on it, and my product's going to be coming out. You know what I mean? I get to freely say my opinion without worrying about, like, what happens at the end of the day. Right. Like if at one point I was worried about someone calling me a pedophile, well, that doesn't matter. That's all over the internet now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's all just like collections of information that you can share.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying now.
And some people take it like I don't take any of it very seriously at all, because when I walk away from the computer, it's just the rest of the day, I'm just, if I'm doing anything that relates to the podcast, all I'm doing is curating and aggregating information to bring for more stories, so I can dance the next morning at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
But some people think because I yell at Pat and call him a fucking cuck for asking my friend Dave to be fired, and like, good riddance, don't let the door hit you on the ass, or You know, I made that joke about, I made that meme where he's actually, someone else made it. Someone made a meme of him as a tranny, and I used the word "I'm out," like, you know, like I'm out, I'm gay, and I'm out, like, you know, you get the joke, right?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
some people think like that's offensive. It's like, dude, Pat's a great dude. It's just this is all around just what the recipe of Coke is. This is nothing more than this is nothing more than us fighting over what's coming to market.
Mhm.
It's like we're fighting. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing essential here. Anyway, everyone just settle down. Or you need more hardship in your life. You need some more fucked up shit to happen to you. Anyway, someone would make a perfect master of the house from Les Mis. I saw Les Mis 3 times and I still don't understand that. The first time I didn't even understand the play.
Well, isn't it a musical? If it's a musical, I don't get it.
I think it's a book that was turned into a musical.
Oh.
I saw it on Broadway a couple times and I saw it in London once. I probably was just going the first time I went just because I think my mom made me. And then the next 2 times I think I went to take a girl.
Oh, wow. This is what the master of the house looks like in the movie.
CrossFit's very close to selling people, very close. Oh. That's the scene in Les Mis?
It's this guy.
Oh.
That's fucked up.
But that kinda looks like me.
No.
Did
No
you
way.
did you see the clip? Did you see so, um, I got this picture of Andrew, he did not wanna get up from his chair until the stuff he was editing was done. And so he kept just pissing in a bottle, so he wouldn't have to get up. And I just love that dedication. But did you see the video the other guy made?
Yes, I saw that. That was the first thing I saw this morning,
Yeah.
and I didn't really want to see that.
That
First thing
guy
I
is a
saw-
genius. So let me explain this real quick before Caleb pulls up the other video. So this is Andrew Hiller's desk where he's editing a video, and it's got 3 bottles of piss, and I'm just like, this guy is a fucking beast.
or
This guy,
psychotic.
yeah, I just fucking love this guy. This is crazy. You know, us foreskin guys, we don't really pee in bottle. Well, I never really peed in a bottle because I just never thought about it with my foreskin. I just think of my dick is different. Like for me to pee in a bottle, like I would prefer like a bottle I could put my penis in. Do you know what I mean? I would like, you know what I mean? Like a Gatorade bottle where I could get like, but I guess if you don't have
Yeah.
a foreskin, you always see the pee come out of that little hole. So you're just like, fuck it. I just push the hole up against the opening, right? Like
Yeah.
you're spitting into a chew box, like when you spit into a cup when you're chewing. Ding,
Yeah.
ding.
I have a
Savon has a wizard sleeve. Yeah, my friends have accused me saying my dick's not as big as I think it is. It's just 2 inches of aardvark hanging off the edge of my dick. It's 2 inches of skin. Anyway, look at this piece. Someone took this video. This is crazy. You guys remember the guy who submitted the video for like the ginger video, the guy who wanted to host the open? Look what he made. This is crazy. Who is this guy?
I don't know.
I think I put a clip of it in the I think I put it in the
Was that it?
yeah.
Yeah, it's right here. Here we go.
I need to follow this guy if I don't follow him.
Is there audio?
I don't know, but I don't hear it. But I don't even think
Hello. One ticket to Chicago.
Oh no! Oh, oh God, no!
I thought there was gonna be some sort of sound effect, like oh.
Oh God, dude! Just the like, just the at the end is just fucking gross, dude. It's so gross. Oh my God.
Uh,
I did not enjoy that.
the effort to piss in a small opening bottle seems like more effort than walking to the bloody bathroom. I think some people have that shit mastered.
I mean, I think he's been doing it for years.
Yeah, I think
I
he
think
could do it.
for-
He does it with one hand on the keyboard.
I think I think he does it driving.
Yeah, all that probably. Yeah, you mean Hiller?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's probably. I mean, he's focused.
dude. I think at some point you just catheterize yourself. If you
That's where you stick the tube
You-
in down the penis and you just
just-
let it just pee just at will.
yeah, you just have a little tube. It goes all the way up into your bladder. You inflate the little ball, and then you just catheterize yourself. So
So
I've
you'd
heard
walk
about
into Hiller's gym and there would be like a metal pole and a stick hanging from it, and you'd be like, "What's that?" And you go, "Oh, He's like, I catheterize myself every time I edit, so I don't have to get up." You're like, "Oh,
he carries around like a bag with himself, and then he just pees in it. Because at some point you reach a level of autism that you calculate how much time you lose doing certain things.
yeah,
Like, okay, it takes me a minute to tie my shoes and then another minute to untie my shoes at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
if that's 2 minutes every day for a week, then 14, whatever. And then you just calculate it out. You're like, okay, well, if I just wear slip-on shoes or Velcro shoes, then I save myself 12 hours a year. And then
yeah,
you're like,
yeah."
okay,
I
well,
like that.
how else can I save time every year? So then you're like, okay, well, let me just wear the same outfit every day. So then you wear fucking gray sweatpants, and then you wear gray sweatpants and a gray hoodie every day. And then you end up with cutting off another 12 hours every year. Then you're like, holy shit, I've just gained 24 hours the entire year. I don't know.
That's
So
very
imagine
efficient. Are you gonna start doing that?
fuck no, I'm not doing that. I don't care that much.
That's how I feel about getting dressed. I have 20 pair of the same underwear. I have like 20 of the same pants. I have 20 of the same shirts.
I just don't have it. I just have a small wardrobe. So I mean, I have all of the things that I want to wear,
Yeah.
and then I just do that. Like, as long as it's a XL and shorts are comfy,
You
good to
don't
go.
care. You don't care if it says Subaru on it.
No, I got that
No.
for free and it's comfortable.
Yeah. Fuck it. Fuck it. So someone sent me this, and I didn't ask him if I could read it, but I do think it's important to read. And I think it's really important because I actually felt a little bad about this. Sevon, I've been watching your podcast since the CrossFit days. I don't mind shit you say most of the time. I know it's for fun and giggles. However, I get triggered just like you with vaccines. I don't get triggered about vaccines. I don't get triggered. When you're confused between Muslim and Islamists. My mother's side are Algerian Muslims. My dad is the Armenian. I grew up in France with lots of Muslims. I lived 12 years in the Middle East. Muslims are not Islamists. As you say often, words are important. They have meaning. Please do make the distinction. Unless it's your opinion that all Muslims are killers. Take care with love and peace. I started thinking, what is the difference between Islam and Muslim? And I thought people who practice Islam were Muslim. Like people who do
Yes.
CrossFit are CrossFitters.
Correct. That's what I thought. People who practice Catholicism are Catholics.
Yeah. Is this person fucking with me or like, here's the thing. You could be, I've seen in the Quran, and I think that's their book, where it talks about where the mandate is to kill non-Muslims. I'm not saying all Muslims are terrorists, but all terrorists are Muslim. Well, that too.
That's a good point.
Thank you, Greg Glassman. But is what is a Muslim? I mean, and I know you can't trust Google, but a Muslim is someone who practices Islam. Yeah, okay. I wish I knew what they were trying to say to me. Hey, like I know I have friends who are Muslim, and they're like some of the fucking nicest, most loving people I know. But I don't know how I don't like, but maybe maybe they still do want to kill Jews. I don't know. I know shitloads of Jews, and I don't know any of them who want to. I've never heard any Jews talk about just fucking killing Muslims for the sake of them being Muslim.
I generally don't think that they do that. But
The Jews. There's so few Jews too. Like if there were only 12 million Muslims, this wouldn't be a problem. But there's fucking 1.5 billion of them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, if someone wants to, Islamist is a political form of Islam. Well, here's the deal. Christians can also be Christians don't have an issue living under the Constitution, under the rules of the Constitution. But countries that are run, Muslim countries, their law and their religion is one.
Mm. Well, I mean the Constitution is probably pretty similar to what Christian values are anyway, right?
Yes. Who is the king of Muslims? According to Islam, there's no such thing as a king except Khalifa. Khalifa means someone who leads the people. Oh, they don't have one.
Hmm.
Is Jesus the king of Muslims?
Mia Khalifa is their leader. That's crazy.
No, Jesus is not considered king of the Muslims. Muslims believe Jesus was a prophet of God, but not the king.
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah, Mia Khalifa. Boy, she went off the deep end.
Yeah, it was really sad. I think when she started talking shit about the military, I was like, your biggest fan base is male guys.
Yeah.
I don't think she realized that.
She went off the deep end. Anyway. I'm open to getting schooled on. I'm open to getting schooled on Muslims and Islamists and all that. Any day now, guys. Any day. We're really close. I wonder if when they sell the company, if they're going to fire Dave or fire Don or. I wonder what's going to happen. It's exciting times. I wonder what's going to happen if the Muslims buy it. Okay. I wonder if like the 5,000 hardcore Christian affiliates, what they're going to do.
We're fucked.
If that does happen, I'm starting my own affiliate program.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Dude, if the Muslims buy it, I'm gonna scoop up 1,000 affiliates overnight. I'm ready to go. Well, sorry, when I say I mean we, me and you, Caleb.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we just got to come up with a name. Yeah, Sevon Fix, Sevon Fit. Yeah. Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, Sentinel Fit. I'll just call it Sentinel Fit.
There you go.
I'll just pay fucking Taylor like $25 a month to use the name.
Yeah, it's basically what you pay him for his programming anyway.
Yeah.
Crucifit. Oh my god.
Yeah, Crucifit. That's good. And hey, dude, don't think 1,000 affiliates don't jump.
Yeah, I think.
I'm telling you, Sousa could sell fucking coals to the devil.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
There's a black man living in Maryland in a white community, and who's elected to the state legislature in Maryland out of that white community in 1641. It's significant. That's early. Well, by the
1641, there was a black guy elected to office.
time you get to 1876, there's more than 1,000 black elected officials in America by 1876. So let's back up for a minute here. Let me take something like Great Britain. When did Great Britain elect their first black person to office? 1987.
1987. In 1876, there were 1,000 elected brothers. Probably no.
1,000 brothers.
Yeah, no sisters.
No sisters.
Not a hard R with an A. Sisters.
1,000.
Oh, Mephitsian. Yeah, that's not bad.
Nah, that ain't it.
Okay, fine.
Saying that shit.
Wow, 1,000. That was in 1861 or something.
Jesus. Okay.
But in 1987, it took. So the first black elected official was in 1641 in the U.S. It took over 300 years for the UK to elect a brother.
Wow. Wow. Really behind the curve.
When did Italy elect their first black person to office? 2010.
2010. I didn't even know there were black people in Italy. To be honest with you, I'm okay with that. I mean, the name of the country is Italy.
What does that mean?
That means they're just all Italians. I mean, it's just a racist country. Do you know what I mean? It's just not in a bad way racist, in a good. I don't know if it's a good way, but just in a agnostic way.
The name of the country is Italy. That means they're all Italians.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like French, Poland.
Well,
Finland.
I mean, the French are like Africans too, aren't they?
I mean, now they are, but you know what I mean? Like those countries' names are named after their ethnicity. Like America is just like, what are you? Like,
A melting pot.
Our nationality and our ethnicity are different. Their nationality and their ethnicity is the same. Like Nigeria, it's just Nigerians. Do you remember the first time do you remember being in the second grade and someone called it niggeria?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
It's crazy. And like half the kids are like,
it's crazy that everybody even knows what that means at that point. You're like, who's telling you that that's...
Well, the kid who says it doesn't know. At least the kid in my class didn't know.
Okay, yeah. But then everybody else is like, oh my God, that kid's a fucking racist.
Yeah, or he's just a retarded.
Likely.
Or you know, it's the same as like when the someone brings their grandfather during show and tell day, and he's talking about breeding dogs, and he keeps calling the female dogs bitches, and all the kids, all the fourth graders are like,
oh, he said bitches. Yeah, bitch over there breeds another litter next week.
And we did in 1641 more than 1,000 by 1876, and we're the bad nation? Really? Now, we've got plenty of problems because anytime you have humans, you're going to have problems. But we got out of our problems faster than any other nation when we use the scriptures to do so. And that's quite frankly the difference. So what's happened is a black...
That's cool, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. I had never even heard anything like that. Like, you don't see that in your history books in school. You don't see anything like that.
Can we verify this claim? I don't know. Pat maybe Pat can fact check it or something.
Yeah, Pat's better than Google AI.
Yeah, Pat. Where's Patty? Patty won't be here for another night. He doesn't start for another 19 minutes. That's when he clocks in. Sevi, have you seen the Epic City project outside of Dallas? Basically a Muslims-only city. No.
Oh, if I look up first black elected official, it goes straight to 1641.
Oh. There you go.
Matthias D'Souza.
By an all-white constituency. Well, because blacks couldn't even vote back then.
Right. Wow, yeah. So 1641, 1873, 1928.
Pat's still in bed having a threesome. And by that, she means he's ambidextrous. He jerks off with his right hand and his left hand.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's skiing.
Oh, that too.
Wow.
Here, this one's good too. This lady's crazy. This lady is batshit crazy. What if this was your congresswoman?
What?
This is a congresswoman.
Keep Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s name out of your mouths. When he was a proud and unapologetic Black man fighting for equality for Black Americans and all marginalized people.
I appreciate my Democrat colleague for exemplifying exactly the kind of oppression of freedoms that we're referencing. How about we'll quote whoever we want to quote? How about that's my First Amendment right? How dare a white Republican quote Martin Luther King? We actually had a congressman say that just now in this committee. Thank you, good lady, for once again exemplifying the type of oppression that we stand against. We will continue to speak freely because I'm a veteran. That's the country that I serve. That's the Constitution I swore an allegiance to. That oath has no expiration date.
Please keep Dr.
I
Fuck, dude.
can't believe it's 2024 and this shit's still happening.
Oh my god. What an idiot.
That lady looks super young for someone who knew Martin Luther King. She fucked his son. Oh, so you got you, Trish. By the way, Trish, thank Caleb for fact checking that. By the way, he used some human energy to type that up. Okay, go ahead.
I've going back and reading those articles that came out about Martin Luther King, where he just had orgies all the time. Dude, that's wild. I say I shouldn't really be surprised, but I am surprised.
He's just a dude.
Yeah, right. He's just a dude.
He's just a dude.
Like
he was a fuck machine, according to those papers.
Oh yeah, massively.
Yeah.
He just had him and his buddies would just have like hordes of women, and then just do whatever they wanted. It's crazy.
Has Sevi contacted his lawyers yet? No, but lawyers have been contacting me. Oh, dude. You know, every lawyer in the United States, that's like one of the biggest cases you study is Larry Flynt versus the people. Let me know. Let me know if his lawyers send you a letter. I'll represent you. I'm like, it's a meme account. He's memeing. He's not serious. Yeah, just like Diddy. He was actually the first Diddy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, if you're gonna say that was a psyop, Trish, then why would they how do you, if you're gonna attack his character and yet you have evidence that he was doing all of those things, how is that an active campaign? You just found out that he's doing those things.
Hey, how about, did you also see that all the shit that like from his speeches was taken like from newspapers, like 1600s, 1700s?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, all of his shit was borrowed from other people, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, sure.
But he never gave them credit. You know what I mean? The speechwriters were never were like, hey, we took this from blah blah blah.
Well, they're all dead.
The I Have a Dream and all that shit.
Hmm.
That part, I didn't see any, Trish, in your defense, I didn't see any pictures of him fucking, or I haven't seen any video of that. But I did see microfiche of the newspapers where he took huge swaths of his ups, of his lectures, speeches, his oratory presentations. I'm not hating on him.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do
you know this? Do you know this game called Roblox?
Roblox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know it?
I don't play it, but I do know Roblox. Yeah.
It's huge, right?
Huge, massive. Kids love that game.
Yeah, kids. I heard what was the stat I heard? There's 75 million active user kids on it, and 2/3 of them are between the ages of 9 and 12. So like 50 million kids between the age of 9 and 12.
That's a lot.
And I guess it's just become a I don't know what it is. I keep hearing don't ever let your kids play Roblox. I'm like, my kids aren't even ever going to know what Roblox is. Like, what are you talking about? But what is it? Is it like Minecraft? Do you have any idea what it's like? It's a virtual reality world. It sounds like it's a virtual reality world where people can build any, like, users can build like, rooms and shit.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like it's like you know what GTA is, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's like super dumbed down, and you can just like build things and buy shit, and talk to people. Like
is
it's
Grand
like a
Theft
open world.
is Grand Theft Auto like an internet game? Like you could be driving around in it and I'm driving around in it and we shoot at each other from our cars?
Correct. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just like you put the cartridge in your Atari and it's just like a game with all
Well,
NPCs.
it was like that, and then the newest one they created like open world. So you just log on, and then you just get onto a server, and then the server just is whoever else is on that same server.
And
So
you're
you could
just
just be out there.
You're just in New York City in an Impala fucking hoes and shit and buying drugs and stuff.
Yep. Going to the strip club, throwing ones, all that shit.
Wow.
So that's like Roblox too. Where you can just be on a server with hundreds of other people playing the same game, like other people.
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess there's hundreds of thousands of just pedos harvesting kids on this Roblox game.
Yep.
It's kind of gross to use those two words together. Hundreds of thousands of pedos, like the juxtaposition of that number in pedos.
Way too many.
Yeah. By the way, this guy's account is wild. He's like a security expert guy. He shows you some crazy shit.
This is absolutely terrible. I was just going through a children's application called Roblox and found some of the worst communities possible for your kids to join.
This lady who comes to my house once a month to like, she works for the state. Like, so we get like a little stipend from the state since we homeschool our kids. So once a month, my kids like talk to her or she comes to the house. And I think I heard her ask my kids if they play Roblox. My kids are like, what? Kids are like, what?
Check this out.
My kids have a Switch, but I just bought them cartridges, like the tennis cartridge and the Mario Kart cartridge. Like, I don't even log their shit into when I let them play it. Like they just play like like I used to play. It's not a big cartridge. Right. It's a little, but it's still a cartridge.
It's like an SD card, basically.
Yeah, You've been working hard. I don't know what this is showing. Is this someone?
Obviously, I had to censor this stuff, but it's graphic, even if it's for cartoons.
Oh, is that someone giving someone a blowjob?
And you see here, it's talking about a 5-year-old. It's absolutely disgusting. Then I searched on a popular chat app and saw there were hundreds of thousands of people in these servers. If you allow your child to play Roblox, make sure that you have parental controls enabled. And if you see anything resembling what I just showed you, it's called a condo. Remove them from it. Stay safe.
Like, I don't really understand exactly that, but I think that people can build stuff in there that brings other people. So if you're pedo, you could like build out a room and kids come and then you chat with them and then you get off on it. The pedos get off on it.
I guess, dude. I don't know. It's freaky. It's very freaky.
Dex, Mr. Hopkins, good morning. He's an ethical hacker. I like that, ethical hacker. Oh, I'm gonna start calling myself an ethical podcaster. Because I use the same cup every morning.
Oh my god. This guy, I think this is the same guy who's on Sean Ryan's podcast, and he created like a he took this thing, this like Flipper Zero.
Oh yeah.
The like signal swiper kind of thing. And there's a thing you can do where you create a Wi-Fi network that just like you can replicate any Wi-Fi network. So say I have Starlink and somebody else can like log into
their motorhome up to yours, turn that thing on, and then you think you're logging onto your Starlink, but you're really logging onto the replicated network.
Yes, and then you can steal all of their information. Any information that you want, you can just steal it off their phone. Passwords, bank accounts, all that shit. That's kind of where I got started with like working with this thing.
Oh yeah, here's a picture of him on Sean Ryan.
Crazy smart dude.
Yeah. Oh, look at let me watch this video. Any key copied in seconds. What's this?
Do you leave your keys on the table? I'm going to show you why that's a bad idea. Check this out. I can copy a key with this flipper. In this example, it's 3, 5, 5, 4, 6. And now we have an exact replica that I'm able to save. I can bring those numbers to a local hardware store or even use a 3D printer to make a copy of this key. Every key has a unique number associated with it. This can be done with a photo and many other sneaky ways. So stay safe and don't leave your keys laying out. Do you leave your keys on the table? I'm going to show you.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Oh,
If you
my
just
tire
wanna-
pressure. Go ahead.
If you just want to be insanely paranoid, like this guy he'll just freak you out. It's nuts.
Next level spying.
This is some next level spying. This can detect people and devices in your house by only using Bluetooth. Check this out. Using Bluetooth, I'm able to identify my iPhone, my MacBook, and my watch. And you see for my MacBook, it says lock screen and Wi-Fi is on. If I close my MacBook, it goes right to disable. This can be used to determine how many people are in your house, how many devices. Only use Bluetooth when necessary and update your devices. Stay safe. This is some next.
Jesus criminy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Wow.
I found
Go ahead.
I found a key fob in somebody like in the laundry room,
Uh-huh.
and I was able to copy it with this. And so like it has a label of where this key fob goes, like what it's a business.
Yeah.
And so I scanned it with like my thing, and I can replicate what the key fob signal to enter the business that.
So if that was a key fob for like the back room at Dunkin' Donuts, you could go put that key fob back. No one would know you have it. And then you could go to Dunkin' Donuts and go in the back room and eat all the donuts you want.
Exactly.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Who uses keys?
I would argue after seeing all this stuff, you should probably be using keys other than like I got this, like somebody dropped this and now I just have it. Like and it didn't take me more than 10 seconds to copy it. So if I just had access to somebody's like electronic key fob.
Yeah.
You
Can
can
you do
just-
cars? Can you do cars? Can you?
Not with this. You can, but because the key fobs for cars, it creates a new signal every time you send it. You send like an unlock.
You told me that. Yep. Okay.
You can't copy it, and if you do, then you like disconnect your key fob basically.
Okay.
If it's just like if it doesn't have like rolling code, you can copy it.
I used to have this big dog. Like big fucking scary dog. Like just imagine like the biggest pit bull you've ever seen. It's called a Boerboel.
Yeah.
South African Mastiff. And truly it is truly I mean, I got used to it, but it's truly a terrifying animal. Let me see if I can find a picture of a scary one. There used to be a fucking amazing picture on the internet. Oh, okay. Here's one. Oh, here's one. This is a great one. Let me show you this one. It's basically just the biggest. It's just like basically the biggest fucking pit bull you've ever seen. Mine wasn't fat like that. But you see how it's got a huge mandible and the crazy tongue, and it's just a fucking scary dog. Anyway, and he lived in the house and he hung out all the time, and our whole property's fenced in, so he could go all around the property, and she was a she actually, and she was cool as shit. And every once in a while, like once a month, my wife would like complain about the dog. You know, and I would always be like, hey, we need to hurry up and get another dog. So while this dog's alive, so it can teach this other dog, like, what's up? You know what I mean? Like the rules. Because this dog like knew the rules.
100%.
And my wife was like, no, there's no fucking way. And I'm like, hey, don't you sleep better at night? Knowing that because it slept in the living room. And like, if anything would have come in, that thing, you know, it bit Dave, it bit one of my other friends. It approached everyone. Like, hey, what the fuck's up? Like, it just walk up to you, like, what the fuck is up?
Right.
And very intimidating dog. Like the kind of dog that I'm sure, like when we had friends over who had kids, they probably like when they left, they're like, hey, we don't like going to the Matosian's house. That dog's not safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though that dog never did anything to kids, but
Right.
there was, I understand. I don't think like when Greg got one of these dogs, and my wife hated going to his house with our kids because the dog's so fucking scary. If that dog did grab your kid, it's not like you could save your kid. It would shake your kid and your kid would be dead.
Yeah. That's a big dog.
Dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I've told my wife like 100 fucking times, like, don't you fucking feel safe or sleep at with this dog in the house? I feel so fucking safe. Like so safe. Like if someone came, even if someone came in and the time it took them to pull out a gun and shoot that dog, I could get my gun. No problem.
Right.
You have a gunfight. Or this dog's just going to scare you away. I think dogs really this dog probably just scares a lot of people away unless they're ready to, shoot it.
Usually a good deterrent.
Yeah, and this dog was dumber than a box of rocks. Like I had Great Danes and they would attack a skunk once and that's it. This dog fucking attacked a skunk every time it came in the yard. It did not give a fuck.
God damn it! Now I gotta clean it again.
Oh, it was horrible. So, a week ago, it's raining and storming outside my house, and my wife's like, "Did you hear that?" I'm like, "No, what?" And she's like, "I heard something at the front door." I'm like, "Okay." And so then that night we're going to fucking bed, and she's like, "Felt safer when the dog was here." I was like, I didn't say anything. I didn't do it. I told you so. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Just let that marinate.
Yeah, everyone finds Jesus on their own time. Everyone.
Everybody will realize the truth eventually.
Yeah, my kids really want a Great Dane. Yeah,
Really?
Hey, my kids really want a Great Dane. I love Great Dane. No wonder Sevon is obsessed with picking dog shit. Yeah, and you know what's so weird now that my dog's dead? I walk around the yard still looking around for shit, but there is none.
Wow.
Like yesterday was so sunny and I was eating tangerines off the tree and walking around my yard barefoot with my boys, and everywhere I'm looking for shit, and then I'm like, "Hey dude, you don't chill. Chill.
Yeah.
You good." Freedom.
I feel like I'd be sad. Be like, oh, I guess I don't have to pick up dog shit anymore.
Yeah. Hey, did you notice that that's one of the things that kind of goes away when you're an adult? Do you remember being a kid and like 3 times a year you stepped in dog shit? Now I'm an adult and it just doesn't happen. Did you used to step in a lot of dog shit? I feel like every 3 months I stepped in dog shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it was, but I was like, I would probably ruin, and by ruin, I mean I would just step in and not want to clean it up. Like probably once a year at minimum. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
And the problem would be I would step in it and it would be freezing outside. So then it would freeze to my shoes.
Oh man.
So then I was just like, well, fuck it. Like, I'm not wearing these shoes ever again.
When I was a kid, it was like I would step in dog shit and then I would be like, okay, I had this logic like, okay, I'm not going inside for another 2 hours. I'm going to keep playing outside. So it'll just fall off. And then the next morning, and then I would forget I stepped in it, and I'd come home, take my shoes off, and the next morning, like getting ready for school, I put my shoes on, I'm like, and when the shit comes up onto the side of the shoes, it's not just in the tread.
Yeah.
I got shit on by a bird 3 days ago at the beach.
Really? When was the last time you got shit on by a bird?
It's been a long time. It got on my cell phone. I was walking with my kids along the beach, and I was holding my cell phone, and then I switched hands with it, and I looked, and there was shit, and I looked on my phone, and there was a dollop of bird shit on my phone. So bird must have shit on it, hit my cell phone. I didn't know. Now it's on my hand. It's on my cell phone.
That's so gross.
I just wiped my phone. It was this one, and it was like smushed in the cameras, and I just wiped it on my jacket like 50 times. I should actually probably take the case off and clean it better.
Probably. Did you put your jacket in the washer?
I did do that. I did put my jacket in the washer.
When I
I
was in
Go ahead.
elementary school, we were how, like, did you ever have like assemblies where like everybody got
Yes,
together?
yes, I
Gymnasium?
love those. Yes.
And you'd sit crisscross applesauce in the middle of the fucking gym floor, and somebody talks about nothing for an hour. And this is when I lived in California, so like all the doors are open in the gymnasium, and like it's just kind of like open air space. And I remember sitting there crisscross applesauce and sitting there for an hour, and then I stand up to leave, and I look down, and there's just like a fucking dollop of bird shit in my lap. And
Oh.
it had just been there for who knows how long, and I didn't even notice that. I mean, there
And
was
as
a
a
bird.
kid,
Like,
you're devastated, right?
yeah, exactly. I like
You want to
looked
go
up,
home. You want to go home.
yeah, and of course those assemblies are like first thing in the morning, and so you're just like, fuck. Now I
You
have
just want
bird
to
shit
go
on
home.
my
I
pants.
love those assemblies. We would have magicians, or like they would play a movie, like they played what's the giant red dog? Maybe that's what it's called. The giant.
Clifford,
They
Clifford,
had
the big red
played
dog.
Clifford.
Yeah,
They had like plays. I love those assemblies, and you get to. I just remember, even from being a little kid, you got to see the older girls. So like I'd
Yeah.
be in kindergarten, you'd see like third grade girls. You'd be with like the feathered hair and shit, and you'd be like, "Holy
you're
fuck!"
like, wow.
Yeah,
Yep, 100%.
you're like, God, I hope my mom picks her as a babysitter. God, I hope my mom picks her as a babysitter. Clifford, yeah, you didn't watch Clifford at the assembly. Clifford
was good. He's a G.
Jelle Hoste made it a post. He won't be competing at the games.
Nobody
Alright.
cares.
All right. Mr. Hoste. Let's go over and just see what he says. Jelle Hoste. How did he get indoctrinated so fast? What's he bringing to
know.
the market? Wow, he looks good. Oh, he's got a silence doesn't he's got a silence. Yeah, thank you. Silence doesn't drive change, action does. That's why I won't be competing in the 2025 CrossFit Games season. For years, my goal was simply to become a CrossFit Games athlete. I was inspired by those who came before me, pushed my limits to stand among them, and ultimately achieve what once seemed impossible. Yeah, that guy's crazy dedicated.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I respect him as an athlete. Today, standing shoulder to shoulder with the athletes I admire so much, I feel a personal responsibility and obligation to lead by example. Oh, whoa. I feel a personal responsibility. For me, that means that while competing is important, so too is speaking up in difficult times. As athletes, we push our bodies to the limits at competitions, something that is completely our choice. At the same time, we trust those that are in charge will prioritize our safety, uphold the integrity of the sport, and ensure fair competition with clear standards and protocols.
Tell me
Fair
how
enough.
that makes sense.
What?
Does that make sense?
I think so.
We push our bodies to the limits at competitions. That's something that is completely our choice.
Yes. That's
But
his
then he's
personal responsibility and accountability, right?
Yes. But
Yeah.
then he's relinquishing his freedom of choice to, well, it needs to be up to the event to provide safety and integrity, whatever the fuck that means.
I think that they see it like as a partnership. So it's like this. So we pay taxes. The people in the government that we elected build bridges, and if the bridge is out, right, you expect them to put up a sign saying the bridge is out, so that when you cross the bridge, you don't fucking fall into the water and die.
Okay, but I mean,
And so he's saying CrossFit as the one that's organizing the sport, you have a certain responsibility yourself, so that if the bridge is out, you put up a sign so you don't drive into the water.
okay,
That's the way I read that.
sure.
But what's interesting is not one single athlete has ever pointed at Lazar's responsibility. Maybe that's the part you're tripping on. Like not one athlete is like, hey man, I wonder if Lazar got an EKG, or not one has ever looked at that side of the equation objectively, clearly, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's
I'll give you this. It's just a service of because it's hard. I get it. It's hard and they're scared and they're young.
Yeah.
They're just kids. They're young and they're scared, right? They don't have Reddit threads calling them pedos. They're scared of fucking anything.
Right.
So I'm not justifying it. I'm just explaining the mechanism of why they're all psychological pussies.
Okay.
Social pussies. They're social cowards.
Yeah. I just think that
Social infants. That would be less mean. Social infants.
Okay.
And I'm not putting them down. I'm not saying I'm better than them or demonizing them.
I just when I'm driving, yes, I trust that the roads that I'm on are adequate. However, if there is a 50, 70 foot pine tree down in the middle of the road,
yeah,
that doesn't mean I'm just going to continue driving through it.
Right, and it may have fallen down in the storm, and the city didn't have time to even warn you about it. That's right.
So
okay.
Then I slow down and I drive around the tree because that's
a more realistic metaphor. What you're saying, because no one knew that the bridge was down. You're just saying like, hey, you were driving down the road. It was during a storm. A tree fell. You were doing 80 and a 55. You didn't have time to stop. You hit the tree and died. I mean, it is. And then someone could be like, well, the city should have cut that tree down when they saw it get so tall and it was near the road. And then the debate can start.
Right. But that's on me for noticing or not noticing that the tree is down in the middle of the road.
Right.
Like
driving's not a right. And driving's not a right.
Right. Correct.
It's not a right. Like it's not a God-given right or an American right that everyone drives. It has to be earned.
Correct.
Although during COVID it didn't matter. They were just giving driver's license away. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I drove for 2 years with no driver's license.
That's amazing.
Jesus crazy. I hate it when my best friends call me during the podcast. Hey.
Let's see. Right now, PFA dense updates. So right now, PFA board is tracking to be out DBE next. Well, maybe she hasn't really said anything from what I can tell, but I think I'm blocked, so I can't give any update on that. Florida's great. It's really cold right now. Last night we had an insane wind thunderstorm, and my RV was rocking like a boat all night. I had to take down my Starlink and put away all my grilling supplies because they were moving off of my patio.
This is fun watching you do the show.
Oh, thanks.
How
can they be your best friend?
Okay. So does anyone? I saw Hector was. Let me see. He just did. He accepted that part of the responsibility. Yeah. But Hector, I agree with you. But I think we also clearly said that like they accept it, but then pass over it, right?
Right.
Like you accept it and then just pass over it. But they would never talk about it with that particular circumstance of Lazar Jukic dying. You've never heard one athlete. Well, that's not true. You have heard some athletes. But these ones that are out, they never are like, hey, I weighed both sides of it. I do realize that Lazar was the best swimmer. I do realize he tested like you never like it's just we want Dave fired. Like
right.
what if in the PFAA thing they said, hey, we want Dave fired and we also want all athletes at swim events to have to pass a minimum blah 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 swim course test.
Yeah, I mean that's
take an EKG. I mean that would at least be balanced. I mean it just shows you the blame game, how crazy it is. And the entitlement. It's ruthless. They're ruthless. They're ruthless people. I guess that's why they got so good at what they do. As athletes, we push our bodies to the limit of competition, something that is completely our choice. At the same time, we trust that those in charge will prioritize our safety. What they're going to freak out about is that everywhere else they go is going to have a lesser premium on safety. You're going to run from a bee sting and go into the mouth of Godzilla. I mean, Ariel Owen just made a post talking about how horrible Wadapalooza is. Uphold the integrity of the sport and ensure fair competition with clear standards and protocols. That's not been the case. I learned that when you learned that when the tragedy happened. You didn't know that before? Well, then how do you expect them to know that before? If that's true. That has not been the case. I learned that when a tragedy that was completely avoidable took place in the loss of our friend Lazar. And so once again, he doesn't know that either. He doesn't know that it was completely avoidable. So, and I appreciate that. He's showing his bias. He's showing his bias. And that's fine. We all have biases.
You say that it was completely avoidable, but you didn't know that it could happen.
Explain that. You knew that it was completely avoidable,
but you didn't. But nobody was aware that it could happen. Is that what I'm?
Yeah,
seeing?
yeah.
You like
hey,
I didn't know that there could be trees in the road.
So let's say
I knew it was avoidable.
Let's say this. So if it let's accept his premise that it was completely avoidable, right? And one of the ways they could have made it completely avoidable, bear with me here, is they could have run a net underneath all the swimmers from across the entire thing. And when anyone went missing, they pushed a button and helicopters pulled the net up and pulled everyone out of the water. That is right. You get it? Like there's 4 helicopters hovering on these 4 corners of this net, and this net is 20 meters by 800 meters. And they're like, Lazarus missing. You push the button and the net comes up from like 10 feet below and it yanks all the swimmers up. God, isn't that a funny sight in your head?
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Okay, so that's one way it's avoidable. So that's on CrossFit, right? You could have had, that's the only way you could have made it unavoidable. Even if you had a lifeguard for every single person, it's not unavoidable. I'm talking about the way to make it unavoidable.
Right.
Right. or there could have been a plug where you pulled a pump that could pump all the water out of that lake in 8 seconds.
Yeah, you just drained it all like a big bucket dam.
Like you pull a plug, and it's like zoop, and then Lazarus just there at the bottom, and they run in and get him.
Right.
If you wanted to make it completely unavoidable, which is he's saying, okay, so that's how CrossFit could have done it. Those are 2 options: drain the lake in 8 seconds, have a helicopter net pull everyone out. Yep. Right? How would he have made that unavoidable? If he would have taken responsibility, he could have made it. He tested the workout a few days before. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
He could have worn a buoy. He could have worn a buoy on his back. It may have slowed him down a little bit, but one of those drowning buoys, like if you go under, it stays at the top.
Yeah, the ones they wear for Ironman.
Yeah, he could have worn those. No one would have stopped him from wearing that.
No.
He could have carried some sort of beacon on him to tell him where he is, with like some sort of watch that if this watch goes underwater for more than 12 seconds, a signal is sent out to call a rescue team to find him, and it shows exactly where he is. Like there's things he could have done too. What I'm saying is it's just like it's just a false premise. It was completely avoidable. The word completely, it was completely avoidable. And so then you have to look at both sides of the equations, because he said it was his. We know it's our choice. Once again, I'm not better than them, and I'm not demonizing them, but they're just not smart people. Like they're not well thought out. And I do believe that I don't think that they're smart people to start with because they're so young. They're not wise people and articulate people that have navigated situations like this, but also because their intellect has been emotionally compromised. It's been compromised by emotion and social pressure. There's a hint of social pressure here that Jelle is just doing this because of social pressure.
Yeah, because somebody's in his ear telling him that he needs to do that.
Yeah, like black squares.
He needs to take a stand and be shoulder and shoulder with the other athletes.
Doesn't make Jelle a bad guy. Not demonizing him.
No.
Doesn't mean that I'm better than him, or I'm suggesting that I am. He's better than me at a lot of things.
Maybe not a lot, but a few.
Okay. What accountability is blatantly avoided and transparency outright dismissed? Accountability is blatantly, on both sides. On both sides. Unfortunately, the way you guys are just making it, unfortunately, let's say if CrossFit's accountability is a 5 out of 10, the way your accountability is a 1 out of 10, and that's what's betraying you guys. It would be so easy for you guys to leapfrog CrossFit as accountability, and then that argument would have some merit. But the athletes and the people you're letting represent you have taken 0 accountability, like 0. Matter of fact, you're afraid to do it. We know why CrossFit's afraid to do it. They don't want to get sued into fucking oblivion.
Mhm.
And we know why you're doing it, because you're afraid of social pressure and because your brain is clogged by emotional blah blah blah. And transparency outright dismissed. I don't think it's outright dismissed. I think they're very clearly not being transparent. Trust is broken. I get that. This year, I'm standing my principles and choosing a different path. I don't know what your principles are. So that's fine. I believe in a future where athletes have a voice and where that voice truly matters. You guys, you were like Snicker bars sitting on the shelf at fucking the gas station at Love's. You were strictly there for the consumer. If the Snicker bar said, I don't want to be on the top shelf, I want to be on the bottom shelf, or I want to be closer to the freezer, please understand the value of your voice. I'm not saying it doesn't matter to you personally, but you are the fucking product. If someone went to a strip club and the bitches didn't take their clothes off, you think that strip club would do well?
No. If
Thank
that same strip club had strippers not dancing when people sat down in front of the stage, do
Yeah.
you think the strip club would do well?
No.
Exactly.
And so listen, you guys are strippers, and it's your prerogative not to take off your clothes. But the product of being a stripper is to strip. I just wish I don't understand why you guys don't see it. The Snicker bar you don't get a voice. You do get a voice on a personal level, but in the market, in the free market of consumption of the product you're doing, you don't have a voice. If every single fucking person fucking sent a letter to Ford and said, we want an extra cup holder, they would put in a fucking extra cup holder.
Hmm.
Hey, listen, here's what's crazy. Let me go really extreme with you. If there was an event at the end of, if there was a sport where it was to the death, there would be athletes that would do it.
Yeah.
I believe in a future where athletes have a voice and where that voice truly matters. Well, you have a voice, but I don't understand what you mean that truly matters. Truly matters to who? You're providing a fucking product. You offer less value than a Snicker bar. You're like really far out there, bougie offering. You're like a Gucci bag when 99% of us don't need a Gucci bag. We just need a bag.
Just need a JanSport.
For that reason, this year I'll be putting my energy into other major competitions. The WTF project, Rogue. I love this community. So you think you're going to get invited to Rogue, huh? I love this community. Shut the fuck up, Yelly. Just shut the fuck up. And I respect every athlete's journey. No, you don't. No matter which direction they choose, I don't believe you. Hard things is what we do. And right now, this is the hard thing I need to do. Fair enough. Okay. I respect that. You do you. To choose, to those who continue to push and compete and evolve in the sport, I'll be cheering you on. But for me at this time, it won't be at the games. That sucks, dude. As a consumer of this bougie product, I would really want to see you compete. That sucks. But listen, I'm not. The games are still going to be the premier thing with or without you. You are not. Like, I understand if you're doing it strictly for you, I get it. You do you, but you are not. You're not going to make change by leaving. It's like the people who leave California. Like, I get it. You fed up. You left.
You just carry all that shit to Austin.
Yeah.
And to Denver.
Yeah.
And to Colorado Springs.
Hey, you know what's crazy is if this were, if I wonder what Kevin Ogar's Kevon Ogar's thoughts are on this, because he's had the most significant injury outside of death.
Mm-hmm.
And there was an argument about which part, was his responsibility versus the event's responsibility.
Yeah. You think that's where all this is predicated from?
I mean, it's just going to be interesting when someone dies at the WTF event, but what's crazy there, no one's going to care. Do you know what I mean? At the CrossFit Games, everyone cares that Lazar Jukic died. It sucks. If you die at fucking Wadapalooza, no one is going to give two shits because it's the game, because it's the event.
Yeah.
How many athletes will show up to the games for the sponsors? It's just like this. It's like the difference between an athlete dying in a car accident, like an NFL athlete versus an athlete if they died on the field. Big difference. Big difference. How many athletes will show up to the games for sponsors? All of them. All of them. And do not forget, athletes. Please do not forget. Don't let it come as a shock to you. We live in a world of what have you done for me now? And I say this with peace and love. If you're not sure what that means, just call and ask Ben Smith. Ask Graham Holmberg. My back was better yesterday, and now it's fucked up again. I shouldn't say, like, I left the house yesterday for the first time in like 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah. Or 3 days, whatever.
That's rough.
I
You
took
don't
the
get like
kids back.
stir crazy or anything?
No. I
Hmm.
got like I have a tangerine tree, and I have 3 kids, and I went in the garage and just made the kids work out.
Okay.
I sat on the assault bike yesterday for probably an hour and watched UFC fights. And I did probably like 50 pull-ups, and I did some like 25-pound dumbbell. I did like curl to overhead. You know what I mean? While I watched it, like 10.
Yeah.
I must have done like over 200 calories on the assault bike, and I was just moving slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just doing something.
Yeah. All right. Jelle Hoste is out. I wonder in the update show, I wonder if we predicted he was out.
Can't remember. You
Yeah.
you listed off about, I mean, I think there were 10 athletes per division, men and women, 10 or 11. But I think you guys predicted that he was going to be in. If I remember.
Oh. Hey, I have all these cards from Wad Zombie.
Oh yeah. How many of those are athletes that are no longer going to do the Open?
Yeah. Okay. Sevan Matosian. I mean, I registered, but I don't know if I'm doing it. Ariel Lowen, out.
Probably out.
James Sprague,
In.
in. Christine Kohlenbrander,
In.
Dallin Pepper,
In.
in. Hey, what if an athlete was like, I really don't want to do the games. I want to stand with the other athletes, but fuck that. I'm fucking doing the games. It's an easy win this year. What if Dallin said that?
Dude, honestly. Think about it. All these fucking retards are out. Why not give yourself a shot?
Colton Mertens,
In for sure.
in. Patty V,
Out.
great Pat Vellner. Tyson Bagent,
in.
Yeah.
Damn, that's sick. You got
I don't
Tyson
think
Bagent card?
Yeah, I don't think that's a Wad Zombie one.
Oh.
I think that's one like Ken sent me, or someone
Rookie card.
Emily Rolfe. So this one's weird because she's doing the Open, but I heard she's not. She's out.
doing an announcement, right?
I'm gonna put her right in the middle. I'm gonna put her on my lap.
Oh, that's nice.
Jamie Hagaya.
In.
The champ, Jeff Adler.
Out.
No.
But still in the closet.
I got an Ariel Lowen sign card.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, I thought I had a Daniel Brandon card. Oh, let me see. Oh, I got some more over here. Jesus
What
Christ.
post are you talking about, Jake Chapman? Emily Rolfe's post?
Hattie Canyo.
In.
And more Tyson Bagent cards. Jesus, I got a lot of Tyson Bagent cards. Oh, Ben Smith. Still in the package. Still in the package. Oh, Miss Raptus.
In. You talking
Daniel
about this
Brand.
one?
Daniel Brand. Jesus. Oh, you know, she looks like that's a great photo. She looks like Julie Fouché in that.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
But pretty, the pretty version of Julie Fouché. Danielle Brandon.
Out.
Oh. Those are all Tyson Bagent cards. God, I got a lot. Oh, I have more. Oh shit, I have more. Jason Hopper.
In.
And Alex Guzan.
In.
Do you think she's tripping? Do you think that there's athletes out there who are just feeling so much pressure because everyone's dropping out and they're like, what should I do? What should I
Yeah, of course they are.
Oh.
They're all fucking mental midgets, dude.
Sean Woodlake, the Lone Ranger.
Oh, I don't know. They're always on the fence. Every time you ask them, they get mad about it.
I'll put him on my lap. I'll put him on my lap with Emily Rolfe.
Oh, good.
Oh, Bill Grunler.
In.
Chase Ingram.
In.
Adrian Conway.
In.
Adrian Conway has a card? That's crazy.
Where are you getting all of these?
People are so nice. They send me so much cool shit. Oh, Anyola Kai.
In.
Yeah, I think so. Jason Khalifa.
In.
In your butt.
Whoa.
Jesus.
That was too far. That was the line.
I'm clearing my desk. I'm leaving my card on my desk. Oh, you know what? Bolton. This should have been my card, by the way.
Yeah, that one, that's way better. So much better.
I'm going to grow my hair long again.
Are you? Like
Yeah.
long, or just like...
Like, I just been watching the Jesus documentary, and I'm just like, every time I see that guy's hair, I'm like, I'm growing my hair like that again. Wonder if Jesus used product. The goal is to find the fittest. So far, the ones not going weren't going to win. Anyways, no big deal.
That's a good point too.
The thing is no matter what you say about it. So I guess that's the question, right? Are you saying the athletes make it, or are you saying the competition makes it? And I think that there's enough equity and belief, and the games has been around so long that the competition makes it. Now, if Fraser would have just pulled out his 4th year and gone to another competition, I think we would have an argument being like, well, maybe we didn't get the fittest. Or if Tia pulls out this year and doesn't compete, we might be like, yeah, we might not have the fittest women. We might not. But the test and the credibility behind the test and the level of competition and what the ambiance and of that event and the people there and the level of judging and the experience in the programming, it's 90% test. And you could say that, you know, let's say just pick Adler. You could say that if Adler doesn't go, he could have won it, but I don't think it holds much water. Not with just one victory, and the fact that he pulled out last year because he got mentally derailed. Brandon, I can't wait to see the games continue without these athletes that think they are more important than they are. For the younger ones, those resumes to enter the workforce once they can't make money working out are going to be really short on skills and experience. Yeah. Damn, look at that beard.
Oh, wow. I thought that was a squirrel for a second.
I see it. I see it because of the color of his beard.
Yeah, just look, I don't know.
Dude, that's the look I was going for before I shaved my beard.
Didn't work out or what?
No, I don't know what happened. I think my kids. I asked my kids to shave my head, and then they shaved my beard to stop them. There's a difference between those intentionally virtue signaling and those that are just unintentionally wrong. This is a great question. Do you think these I'm out athletes will come back next year once they realize nothing will change? Dude, when the company sells in 3 weeks, they might fucking come back, dude.
If the Arabs buy it.
Yeah. I'm team Annie, Chandler, and Pat. I've been fortunate to meet all three. They're all kind, funny. John Woolley wrote that. John, Annie is far from funny. Annie's funny like a box of cereal is funny. Like a donut is funny.
People think she's funny.
No, I don't know what I don't know why he wrote that. He knows she's not funny. I don't know why he wrote that.
There's no way people. That's
And John, you clearly don't have a sense of humor. But you have a lawyer. There's a all right. I started early this morning because I'm taking my kids to open mat at another gym today. So they'll be wrestling against a bunch of other kids. And I want to see that. OPT created a watered down methodology instead of an alternative competition. OPT created a watered down methodology instead of an alternative competition. I don't know if I don't know much about Opex, but it's not watered down, is it?
I don't think so.
I think CrossFit's go ahead.
He would argue that it's even more specific than CrossFit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually true, but
can we do this all the time, please? Do what? Oh yeah, he tried to water it up. Yeah, that's probably yeah. I think he tried to water it up. Oh, can we do this all the time? Oh, come on, early. It's hard, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like 99% of the mornings, I wake up at 6 and I have the show at 7. 99% of the time, I'm like really excited for the show to start. Today, when my alarm went off at 5:15 to do the 6 o'clock show, I was tripping. Like I actually had the thought of just canceling the show.
I woke up at what time did we start? Yeah, I woke up at 7:30 and saw the text, and I was like, "Oh, another hour would have been nice."
Oh, that we were starting early.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you came on. I'd be fucked without you. Today would have been weird. As soon as I saw you, it went away.
Oh, good.
Let's do a couple more. Let's do a racial discrimination suit against University of California. Lawsuit accuses University of California of racial discrimination admissions That's Berkeley. Do you know how much time I've spent right there in that picture? I've been to that spot 1,000 times, thrown a Frisbee through that hole, rode my bike through that hole, talked to
Wow.
chicks in that hole. I've done it all. I've drank so many cups of coffee on those stairs. It's crazy when I see a place like that.
Put your
Santa
dick
Ana,
in-
California. What?
I said, put your dick in that hole.
I know. I think maybe. Santa Ana, California lawsuit filed this week accuses University of California of racial discrimination in undergraduate admissions by favoring El Blanco and El Latino students over Asian Americans and white applicants. I'm so sorry that the Asians got drug into this. What did you guys? You guys didn't do shit. You've kept your head down. You've kept your head down the whole fucking time. Just over there eating a bowl of rice, getting engineering degrees and shit. You know? Don't you think that's like not cool? They're like the new Jews. Asians are like the new Jews. They're just getting punished because they excel.
Because they're good at everything.
Yeah. Asians are like women, though. Do you know what I mean by that? Like they're really good at a lot of shit, but they're never at the top. You know what I mean? Like 9 of the 10 best skateboarders in the world are Asian, but not the best one. 9 of the 10 best cooks in the world are Asian, but not the best one. 9 of the best 10 violinists in the world are Asian, but not the best one. Like they have some ceiling where they never like even like in the catch a fly contest with chopsticks, it's fucking 99 out of 100 are Asian, but the top guy's not. And it's just like, I don't know why that. I don't know. I don't know why it's like that. Because there's always one black guy that fucks it up for everyone. Oh, watch this. The complaint claims UC admissions practice violates a state law approved by voters in 1996 that forbids considering race and other factors in public education, public employment, and public contracting. In addition, the filing alleges that California campuses are violating the Equal Protection Clause by the U.S. Constitution, the 14th Amendment, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I never thought I would see this in my lifetime.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Huh.
You are oppressed, and the law will or will not come to your aid. The best cellist in the world used to be Asian, arguably. Oh yeah, what's his name? Chow Ma, something Ma. What was that guy's name? Is that Yo-Yo Ma? Hey, dude, he wasn't the best, but he had the coolest name.
It's the most memorable.
Yeah, because his name is Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo Ma.
A white guy dominated the dunk contest.
That is true. White guy won the dunk contest.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is it?
I don't even know his name. He jumped over a car.
They had a car on the court?
Yeah, that's like they do that every year. Some car sponsors the dunk contest, and then they just roll it up on the thing, and then they fucking Mac McClung is his name.
Yeah, of course he has Mac in his name. That guy's not white. I don't give a fuck what his skin says.
Mac McClung.
Mac. That's like saying I'm white.
That's like saying I'm white. Yeah. Oh yeah, Kia. He jumped over a Kia.
Which is the car that black people steal. Like a preferred car of stealing. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Starlink. Wow. Is that guy holding him up behind him?
No, he's holding the ball. He's like he's standing in the sunroof and then holding the ball over his head so that he can jump, grab the ball, and dunk at the same time.
I wonder how many people have been injured in the slam dunk contest over the years.
Probably 0. I've never heard of it or seen anybody get injured during the dunk contest.
So that guy won with that dunk?
Yeah, I guess so. I think when he came up for the dunk, he tapped the rim with the ball and then dunked on top of it.
Wow.
So it was like a double tap. It was kind of like, I don't know, just an added level of
I'd like
difficulty.
to see him run towards it like Jordan used to dunk and jump.
From the free throw line?
Yeah, just the long way and land, you know.
Oh, here you go. The video of it.
Right? Gotta catch it first. Buddy.
Oh my God!
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Matt.
Yeah, that was dumb.
I bet you that's cool to watch in person.
Probably.
God, that looks scary. Sevi, if you want a good patriotic moment and to laugh at Canadians, play the DN. No. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. That'll be for tomorrow's show. You remember the two I don't know if they're Muslim or Islamist or Palestinian doctors. One was a doctor, one was a nurse in Australia that said they killed Jews.
Oh, yeah.
When they come in. Well, one of the guys has now in a mental asylum, and they found drugs in his work locker. I wonder if he was using those drugs himself or if he was using those drugs to kill people. Only time will tell. Can you tell I'm connecting the phone? Caller, hi.
Yes, I can.
Hey. Hello?
Hello.
Hey. Update us.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay, so this is off subject just a little bit, going back to Jelle Hoste's post, but do I have to turn that sound off in the background?
Someone in Europe is trying to buy CrossFit.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'll give you 5
The
schematics.
social, oh, sorry, you go.
No, you go. No, you go.
Okay, so a follower, I'm not going to say who she is or who her name is or anything like that, but she's a longtime affiliate member or affiliate owner and coach. And somebody on one of the posts of the athletes went out of their way just because she made a comment about her, feelings towards them leaving so publicly, went out of their way to go to her business and blast her business because she posted that she didn't think that these statements were necessary.
The athlete did it?
No, one of the followers. So
Oh, yeah. So someone posted, "Hey, I'm out," and then she wrote, "Hey, this is fucking lame that you guys are out. You're fucking shit up. Get out of here, you pussy." And then
yes.
someone saw the post and went to Yelp and then fucking left a nasty review.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, welcome to America.
Like those are your followers. Like that, I wouldn't be proud of that. Like this is what you're inciting. You're inciting people who aren't on your side to now go and blast 15-year affiliate owners because they don't agree with what's happening because this directly affects their affiliate.
What could Jelle Hoste possibly know about the CrossFit Games and Dave and CrossFit? The dude literally just showed up on the scene 2 years ago out of nowhere. And he's a great guy,
Yeah.
but it's like, I prefer the Gracie Walton approach. Fuck, it was great to me. I mean, a lot of athletes are talking shit about it to me and telling me all these horror stories. Well, none which we've heard, of course, but seems great to me. Yo, like, come on, Jelle.
Yeah.
And
And for
hey,
me,
none of those people will ever be the fittest human being on the planet, no matter what. And they'll never be able to say
No.
that. They'll always have this crazy story. Well, there was this one athlete that drowned, and we didn't like the way the competition handled the drowning, so we switched to another competition. So did you get to compete for the fittest? Well, the guy from 2 years earlier who won the fittest was there, and I took second place to him at this competition. I mean, Jesus criminy. Their shit's all fucked up now. I feel so. I kind of feel, not kind of. I do feel bad for them.
yeah, I want to be sympathetic and I want to feel bad for the situation, but at the same time, you're coordinated, you're calculated, and these are planned. Every single day, someone's going to come out now, leading up to the Open, with this kind of public statement. This isn't just coincidence that this is happening every single day now.
Some of the agents,
And that's where,
let me tell you this one too. Some of the agents for these athletes, not Snorri. No, I love Snorri, not Snorri. some of the agents for these athletes, of the biggest athletes in the space, are going around telling people that we get paid to promote the Open, me and you. Yeah. And that we sit around. Listen, I'm all for being guilty of fucking putting the deep throat in Dave, but the rest of HQ, I am not guilty. I have been more critical than any of the fucking athletes could have been. You take the most criticism that they've ever given, I've done in a fucking afternoon. But anyway, they say that we get paid. The irony is all of those athletes are obligated in order to pick up their paycheck to promote the WTF.
Exactly.
It's fucking
Exactly.
you can't make this shit up how stupid these people are. It's
we get paid.
yeah.
That's comical.
These are the same idiots who had 3 people on this podcast love their shoes, the Rad Global people. JR had 13 pair, fucking Sousa had 5 pair, Caleb had a fucking bunch of pairs. People loved it. And because I didn't like it, they want a fucking jihad. It's like, all right, well, you fucked that one up. That could have been a fun game. You really fucked that up. And now it doesn't matter. Now they make the worst shoe ever. But for a couple for a little while, people really like their shoe. I mean, they're emotional retards.
It's
then
too much.
And then then you know that guy Ben from the UK, where it's becoming illegal to pray. You know that fucking guy fucking hates Trump and publicly states it on his
Massey, Ben Massey,
or whatever. Whatever his name is.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, dude, how about fuck you and you worry about your own fucking country, your own shithole.
Yeah. Stay over there.
Yeah.
Deal with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just had to.
Yeah. Thank you.
Get that out.
All right. Okay. Hey, are you? Hey, we're about to we're about to take over Europe. We're gonna.
I know. I'm excited.
We're gonna control the entire voice of podcasts globally now. Jake Chapman's gonna. He's gonna fuck shit up.
Oh, that interview with him was so good.
He's so smart.
He's such a cool dude. It makes me want to go move out to the island and take my kids and homeschool them there too.
Dude, I've taken like the 10 salient points he told me about the island, and I've told like at least 5 people, and they're like, dude, I want to go there. Dude, I want to move there. I didn't realize it was so cool. I know. He sold it. And hey, how he's so socially aware. The fact that he came on the podcast and was just chill for, 2 hours. I was impressed, man. It's crazy. He's young too. He's not like old. He's not chill because he's old like me. He's chill because he just was socially aware.
Very in tune for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. It'll be a good show.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for calling.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Make sure you check out Dense Updates on the 7 podcast. Okay. So I have to be at the open mat at 9 at 7:50. Right. Just have a little time. Yeah, that's bound to happen, right? Someone sitting on their couch pissed. They didn't like your comment.
Yeah. I've been getting into it with some people in the comments lately too. It's been kind of fun. But I don't have a business for them to go shit on, so
if you won't drink Bud Light because Sevon told you not to, that makes you a tremendous loser.
If you won't do the CrossFit Open because some athlete told you not to, you're a tremendous fucking loser.
If you don't, you might be a loser, but you're also not fat and drinking extra calories and poisoning your brain too. I feel like that was important to add to the rest of that sentence, Mr. Lang. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I love you too, Dex. That was fun.
Did you guys play a game and you won and he's mad at you? Or you guys played a game and he won?
I don't know. I think we settled it pretty reasonably. I think there was no like...
Oh, is this on the Lauer podcast?
Huh?
What did you what do you mean? Did you guys have a dispute? Oh, in the comments somewhere?
In the comments, yeah.
Oh.
We went at it for a little bit. It was good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's fun. We played fuck you for 10 minutes. Yeah, that's good. Hey, when I was sorry, someone told me that you guys were both in the comments on the Lauer podcast.
I don't know.
Wasn't he
What
in there?
podcast was that?
You know, the Lauer one.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't listen to it. I just heard.
Yeah. Yeah. I was definitely in the comments of that show. That's probably my favorite show. One of them.
Yeah. It would be my favorite show too if I listened to it, but I don't.
It's okay. You know, it's not really your style. You could get Cliff Notes and probably get the gist of it.
I just have it on in the background. I'm not really listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that. I like.
It's not like I'm sitting on my phone reading every comment and watching. For
Yeah.
most of the time, maybe a few minutes during it.
Okay. It's kind of fun. I enjoy being in the comments of that show. That's a good show for me to.
Does she know? And she knows you are Caleb from this show.
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm
she
not
knows you're
hiding
tall.
it.
She knows you're tall. I mean, I heard she knows you're tall.
Yeah, she did say that because there's another guy in the comments. I guess his name's Tall Patrick. I think
Did that
there's
dude put the D to her? Did that dude put? I'm getting the impression that dude put the D to her. I mean, from what I hear.
From what I watched in that show, I feel like there's history there because I tried to make the connection there. I was like, hey, TP will do anything for you. He would have flown over to her house for Valentine's Day, but she wasn't biting on it. So I don't know what's going on.
She was talking about how she hugs him and puts the tits on him.
Yeah,
the big old cantaloupes.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's history there. He's a European man. I don't know who that is, but he must be.
He's European?
Yeah, he's a European guy.
And he's there for every show.
Yeah. He's there when I'm there.
It's crazy.
There every show.
Yeah, I try to be. I mean, not did I say that part out loud?
Metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I meant. We do CrossFit, boys. What the fuck are tits anyway? Yeah, good point. Solid.
I think the only CrossFitter I know that has tits is Tense Updates.
She kept hers. Lauren Cleo kept hers.
Wow. Yeah.
She got big old hammers. It's interesting. It's interesting to me that when the chat gets like, so I think she feels obligated to read every chat, and so if the chat starts moving too fast, she comes unhinged. I'm curious what's going to happen if she got 20 live viewers. What would happen to her? She would fucking probably short circuit.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's so easy. Does she know that the crowd's like playing her like a piano? Like they're seeing how like the crowd's like playing her, seeing how much they can get away without saying it's like a give and take. You know what I mean? She's very cloistered and closed up.
Yeah.
But she thinks she's free. But if anyone pushes her too far, I think she thinks she's free. And she wants to have like this open discussion. But if you just put like if Pat Lang was in there, she would fucking I think might kill herself.
There's somebody in there, and they had a name that she wouldn't read.
I saw that. Sugging the dick or sugging
these nuts.
Oh, sug on these nuts. Yeah.
Sagandis. And so when he started
commenting, is that one of our friends? For a second, you know what's funny? When I saw that, I thought that might have been you. But then I saw you were in there and I'm like, no, not Caleb.
I think it is one of our friends.
Someone from you think it's someone from the locker room? I thought it was someone from the locker room too. Do you know who it is?
No.
Okay.
But whenever he would whenever they, I don't know who it is, whenever they would comment.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say it's a guy. You can use the he pronoun.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with that presupposition.
Okay. Whenever him would comment, she would just address him as SD instead of like she wouldn't like, but she got very uncomfortable when he would comment or he would say something that was like profane.
Yeah.
So, like when like she kind of got uncomfortable when I asked her because she said she was on Snapchat for a little while and I was like, oh, and then that she was getting unsolicited dick pics. So I was like, oh, well, did you rate them or did you just click out of the pictures?
Yeah.
And she didn't really like that. Just like,
Yeah, so then it's like that's like the thing.
yeah.
It's kind of weird. She's kind of like a nun. She's like part of her's like a 6-year-old girl. It's really trippy. She's like a 6-year-old girl and like but like presents like a woman like on the outside. It's such a trip. Is that is that the way Midwest girls are, or like?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. She's not. I don't think she's from New York, but she's the most stereotypical Midwest woman. Like if I could, she reminds me of my wife's friends from college. Very like, we don't touch those topics. We don't talk about that in person. Like we very like uncomfortable when it comes to talking about anything like that.
Like they still drink Kool-Aid and shit and put in like 12 cups of sugar with some red dye, and they're like,
yes, they drink
drink
Shirley
is
Temples
served.
regularly, and
Yeah,
like,
the Shirley Temple thing and the Frappuccino shit. I'm like, who? And just how if the subject gets a little squirrely, even a little, she
doesn't really vibe with that.
Do you think she's ever watched porn? Do you think she's ever watched porn? Do you think if she watched porn, she's one of those girls like if she watched porn, she'd go like this?
Yeah, or like if there's ever a sex scene in a movie, she covers her. She like puts the blanket over her eyes like this.
It's so interesting. She seems like a foreigner to me, like in my world, like an alien. I guess maybe that's why I'm fascinated by the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like an anthropological study. It's also weird. Like the show only has like seven like to 10 listeners. You know what I mean? At a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, are there any girls in the chat?
Yeah, there are.
There are some girls.
I know Olivia's in the chat from our chat.
Oh yeah, I think I did see Olivia in there.
We were talking about tequila for a little while, and then what else? Who else was in there? There's just some other girls that are like her friends come in and comment. Like they were talking about what they're going to do for Valentine's Day. Somebody was saying that their mother-in-law was going to show up and that shit like that.
Like if she ran a stop sign, it would be fucking huge.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Like for a week, every person she saw, she's like, "Oh my god, I ran a stop sign. I was in a hurry though."
Right. What's crazy is like I know she's told some stories about like her ex.
Yeah.
And like he's a nut job. Like I want to know about that. But she'll just like, she's like, "No, we're not going to talk about that." I'm like, "Girl, I want to know."
Yeah, she should.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you were dating a fucking nut job. Oh yeah, Steve was
okay. Maybe next time, someone can ask her. Have you ever got drunk and hooked up with someone in the CrossFit space and regretted it?
That'd be good. Yeah.
That'll take 40 minutes to warm up to that question. To navigate the waters.
Yes. Yeah, well. It'll take a little bit.
Oh, look, Mr. Chapman.
Dude, you took way too much time writing that out. Oh.
What?
Okay. I'll be there.
I'll be there too.
No, you won't.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, I'll hear about it. I haven't. What's crazy is I don't even get notifications from her.
Really?
No. Does she have something? Go ahead.
I turned mine on for her.
Yeah, I turned mine on for her too.
I think sometimes it doesn't. I wonder if she schedules it like late or something, and then it doesn't give you. It won't populate the notification because she scheduled it like day of or something.
Yeah, I have. Oh, she picked up 2 subscribers.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's at 502. Nothing. She has nothing scheduled.
I think she said she was going to start doing them weekly.
Oh, she's not.
She said.
I know. How about that? This one could have been great. The one that's boobs and bruises and snatched and a snatched jaw.
I don't even remember what she talked about on that one.
It wasn't enough boob talk. It was clickbait.
I wanted to ask her if she was doing anything differently, because she started looking pretty good when the Miami post. But I
Yeah,
didn't.
she definitely tightened up her diet, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Looked good.
good on her. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Lauren Khalil.
Yeah. I did ask her if she watches the show.
She didn't answer.
No, she read it like then, and then she's like, "No, I'm not asking that."
Come on,
I was like,
Lauren.
it's fine.
Don't you have a guilty pleasure? Maybe she'll watch the Jake Chapman show. If any men want to feel weak, come watch our show in a couple of hours. We have GB powerlifter coming on, Annie Nelson.
Full Nelson.
Oh, I want to track. Jake, I think you can get a Google number that you can hook up to the Roadcaster. Oh, I have to re-sign into all my. I had to change my Amazon passcode.
Mm.
Now when I sign in on all my computers at once, new shit. Let me see. Update password. Have you started your taxes yet?
No, I forgot I need to do those. Thanks for reminding me.
It sucks, right?
Yeah, we had a guy who used to do our taxes, but last year we had to like file a new request for an extension,
Yeah.
and he just kept putting it off and putting it off. And
Why would you why would you have to file an extension if you are military and she's fire? Isn't it like pretty simple? Like isn't it pretty simple?
Yeah. Well, this fucking jackass just didn't do it. He just didn't. We sent him all of our documents and everything, and then he just took forever and never did it. So it's like, all right, well, we're not coming back to you next year.
How much did he charge you?
I don't even remember.
Oh, I just tried to track a package from. Go ahead. Sorry.
I just made. I have my wife do it because I'm just too busy.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm just. I just don't want to do it.
Well, there's that. She was doing it up until he was taking forever, and then I started sending nasty emails, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
How did that work for you?
It worked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you know we had the podcast, and we used to use Buzzsprout, right? Oh, I got to talk to you about Buzzsprout too, Jake. So we had Buzzsprout, and basically Buzzsprout would then send it to Apple, Spotify, all those places. And then a company came along, and they're like, "Hey, we'll do all of that for you, and we'll pay you money if you let us put ads in your show." So we're like, "Okay." And those were like the ads for like just the random ads whoever listens to it on Spotify would hear.
Yeah.
And then they weren't paying us the money, or the money didn't come through, or whatever, or it wouldn't show up on Spotify. They were doing a horrible job with it, and it was causing Souza a lot of extra work. So we switched to another company. Same thing with them. So now recently they hadn't paid us in like a couple months or something. And so Souza's like, "Hey, I'm just going back to Buzzsprout, and we're just going to do it the old school way and just upload it manually, and it's better, and we get a little more ad revenue." I said, "Okay, cool. Let's do it." They weren't responding to our emails and our texts.
Buzzsprout?
No, the people who were managing the people before Buzzsprout, the people who were managing the podcast on all platforms outside of YouTube.
Right.
And like you want to send them a text like, "Hey, you motherfucker, like you haven't paid me the $3,600 you owe us, and you haven't fucking uploaded this, and you've lied to us about this, and you haven't followed through." But like like you just got to be chill. Like, "Hey guys, we know you owe us money. Don't worry about that. Can you just give us access to our RRS feed?" You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No,
you have us by the balls.
I know you can. Yeah, you have to be like tactful about it, but I don't. If there's something, if I know for sure that I'm being wronged, or like then I don't really give them any leeway.
You're ready to kick ass.
I'm like an everyday email kind of guy.
Mr. Chapman, there's a city called St. Helens in Merseyside, Great Britain. And your package has departed that facility. St. Helens in Great Britain. That's cool. Been dispatched, according to Amazon.
Dispatch these nuts.
Hobart did a few sessions and was like, a few new sessions and was like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Listen, Hobart to this day is probably devastated that he's still not doing the show.
What is he even doing anymore?
He just works at CrossFit under the thumb of the man.
Oh, that's right.
Rambler, breaking news. Hamas didn't free the hostages by deadline. U.S. and Israel will clean out Gaza Strip.
Oh, shit.
God, you know what's crazy? They're going to turn that into fucking the next Riviera or Monaco. And by the time they finish building it, I'll probably be dead. I won't even get to go there.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. What do you mean? It's going to that's what they're going to do, or it's going to take that long to build it? They're for sure going to. Oh, good. They're for sure going to do it. And you know how those fuckers run that shit. That's the cool thing about the Arabs. Like if you steal, they chop
slave
your hands.
fucking labor, dude.
Yeah, and if you steal, they chop your hands off.
Yeah. Look at what they did in Dubai. They built that shit so fast. They're like, oh, we're going to build a new island and we're going to put shit on it. And they just do that in a year.
Done. And it's a map of the U.S.
Yes, exactly. It's in the shape of the American flag with all 50 stars and 13 stripes.
I thought Trump said he was going to take care of this Hamas-Israel thing. What the? Where have you been, dude? Where have you been? What do you mean you thought? You mean he did? He's didding. He's didding right now.
He's diddling.
He's doing and didding.
You know the press secretary?
Sweet piece of ass. Yep.
I just watched her.
She gets railed by. She gets railed by an old guy. She gets railed by an old guy.
No, really?
Yeah, 59-year-old dude.
God damn it, that's sad.
Well, yeah, I bet you. Hey, guess what? Before I'll let you finish that thought, but guess what? I bet you he's rich.
Of course he is, dude. He's not gonna be some fucking dumbass.
You're 59 and rich. You get to pound 27-year-old hole.
Press secretaries.
Yeah. You know, I what were you gonna say something about her?
I was gonna say I only watch the press conferences for her now. Like
Yeah,
I'll probably watch like 2 or 3 of them. But also I just love the way she talks. Like she just like the other ones were just dumb. Like they sucked. They couldn't
Trump Trump had a good one. The one that looked like a porn star that was in the first term. She was good.
Yeah, that was way too long ago. I don't remember.
And now she's on Fox. What's her name?
Talk about I don't even know. The last 4 years, those fucking ding dongs. I couldn't listen to them. I can't even.
Jean-Pierre. Hello, I am the first black, lesbian, Haitian, illegal immigrant to be press secretary. That was like her opening line to the country.
But guess what? Don't care. But this chick, she's like, as I said before, per my previous email, if you want the documents, I'll give you the documents. Come see me afterwards. I have all the receipts. You want to talk to me about all this shit? Here it is. I've got it. Everything.
Yeah.
You want to see? And she just like, she's like, it's a privilege for you all to be able to cover the White House. This room is small, but maybe we'll expand. But right now, we have what we have. And if you're gonna fucking complain about it, then you can leave. Like you're lucky to be here. I'm like, fuck him up.
Unpopular opinion. Trump, in my opinion, is the second or third best president we've had behind Abraham Lincoln and Dwight D. Eisenhower. Listen.
Wow.
He's the fucking greatest president we've ever had, and it's only fucking a month in.
That's from Twitch, dude.
How dare you say second or third? Yeah, and listen, Twitch is supposed to be like 16-year-old kids, and this guy is saying Eisenhower is my hero growing up. I mean, you got to be like 100 for Eisenhower to be your hero. What's crazy about the press secretary is how she talks. It's a little bit forced. I mean, I know she's still young, but everything she says, she comes at it a little bit more than necessary. Hello and welcome to the White House. You know what I mean? She like when a stereo is just turned up a little louder than it needs to be.
Yeah, I think she needs to right now, though.
Yeah,
like
probably.
It needs to be.
Right. I'm okay with it. I'm just nitpicking.
Yeah, because there's no. We haven't had that this whole time. It's just been like non-answers and bullshit.
Jen Psaki used to be a sweet piece of ass too. She's fucking legitimately batshit crazy. and it's a shame. I bet you her husband doesn't pound her hole good, but she
Oh
is
yeah,
hot.
she was great.
She was hot as fuck. She had great titties, great hair.
Love a redhead.
Yeah, she was awesome. Ken Walters, Saki is gross looking. Yuck.
Get out of here.
I guess there's someone for everyone. She was never hot.
Jen Psaki? Come on.
I'm gonna type in Psaki bathing suit. Please, please,
God.
please. Psaki breasts. Images. Oh, you guys are out of your gourd. She was like lesbian hot. Like Meredith Ruth used to be hot too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They got that, like, she got that lesbian look. What's her name? Jean Pierre something used to be hot too. Let me find a good picture of Psaki where she looks poundable. Oh, you know why I like her? She got that big forehead. She got the big head. Like I see why I like her. She got like Wonder Woman, Bethany Flores forehead.
Yeah.
Let me see if I'm trying to find a good picture of her. I can't find one. Maybe she's not hot. Maybe I'm just a sucker for people who stand up on stage. I'm open to that.
Yeah.
I'm open to that.
Here we go. Sandy's got a good point.
I'm
I
a
can't be
sucker.
surprised with this. Sevon thinks Sporty Beth has nice tits.
I'm a sucker.
Exactly.
But Sporty Beth's on YouTube, and when she's on my TV, I'm just start swooning.
There it is. Well, we solved the riddle. Just have nice tits and be on TV.
Yep, and I'm good to go. I'm good to go. Did you see Bill Burr's losing his fucking mind?
Bill Burr is?
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. I don't think I have the exact clip, but here we go. Bill Burr. Oh, Bill Burr on LA wildfires. I don't know if this is a clip where he's losing his mind, but Bill Burr is a complete. Bill Burr thinks that and Dan Blazarian's lost his mind too. There's these people who say the dumbest shit. They're like, we could have spent $20 billion and cured homelessness, or you could have given. Dude, it does not work like that. They are drug addicts and criminals. There's no amount of money that can fix that. You don't give that money. You can't give. It's so crazy. Those are the same people who think you can give money and make climate change go away.
That makes sense.
Hey, dude, a hole in the ground doesn't fill itself with money. Like, people actually have to go over and with shovels and fill the hole.
Apparently, they got the WNBA in charge of putting out fires in LA. You know? Nah, it's like if there's any job that should be done by a man, it's fireman. All right? It's in the title. All right?
Sorry, Caleb. Tell your wife I'm sorry. There's exceptions to everything.
They're going to say, oh, he's being sexist. The job title could be being a man. They'll be like, oh, you know who could be a man better than any man? Me. And you wonder why the city looks like the Gaza Strip, you know? Yeah, the future's female. This is what the female future looks like, all right? I hope you're happy. Apparently, they got the WNBA in charge of putting out fires.
The WNBA.
That's so bad.
How big? See that jacket right there on that thing on the right?
Yes.
I mean that with no disrespect. I just don't want to mispronoun it. I don't care if I mispronoun it. I just don't know what that is. If it's a boy or a girl. Is that a custom jacket, or do you think that they have those that size?
That they probably only have if you go past XL, the rest are just like oversized jackets. And they have like one or two of them, and they're like, well, you don't fit any of the other ones, so here's this one.
You've seen that in the military?
Yeah. And they just give you the fucking oversized jacket because you're fat and stupid and can't keep forcing shit in your mouth.
Holy fuck. I wonder if it's embarrassing being a fat first responder.
Hell yeah, dude.
It
My
is?
wife you're a piece of shit and nobody likes you. if you are a fat first responder, everybody dogs on you at all times.
Like to your face or behind your back or both?
Both.
That's awesome. That makes me happy.
There was a guy, my wife did some training the other day, and this guy was just doing an evolution where they were like carrying a dummy somewhere. And this fucking guy, and then they would just dog on him the whole time. Be like, wow, you're fucking fat and lazy, and you can't even carry a dummy 100 yards. And you got Jeannie over there carrying the dude, no problem, up and down stairs, picking up all your shit, and like you are being shown up by everybody in the department. And everybody knows if there's a call and this fucking guy is on the call, you're screwed.
Does
And
he
you
get
gotta call
report?
for help.
Does he report that hey, they made fun of me?
Yeah, he complains about it.
Oh, he
They
does.
make fun of him, and then he's like, "That's not very nice. You guys can't make fun of me like that." It's like, yeah, we can, dude. You are doing yourself a disservice. You're doing yourself, this department, and the entire city a disservice by being 300 fucking pounds and incapable of carrying somebody.
How about this? Oh, they issue some people pants with elastic waist. You seen that? Like you're so
Yeah.
fat that you get you get
You get the elastic, yeah.
like
For-
jiu-jitsu, like they're supposed, everyone else is in dress pants and you're like in fucking jiu-jitsu pants, like in karate uniform, like just something
Yeah.
that's just like with like a drawstring on it that could like, you could put it over a car or anything.
Exactly. Yeah. I will say the Air Force has it so like only the women have elastic waistbands on their pants.
Yeah.
So a lot of the dude, like it's kind of just more comfortable. So you just go buy elastic waist. You could buy the female pants
Because the women have like once a month they get like an inch or two around the waist. They get that fupa, that PMS fupa.
Yeah, me too. But that's because I fucking
eat Ben and Jerry's.
No.
All right. I don't know what this is, but sometimes I just got to clean out some of my shit.
The Riddler should be a man. The Riddler is a villain who tortures his victims by making them solve puzzles he already knows the answer to. I think a woman is more qualified for that role. Riddler would crush that. Just if you want to save Gotham, you have 3 hours to figure out why I'm mad at you for the whole movie. He's like, can you just tell me? She's like, no, but I'll give you a hint. It's not the reason I said. It's something vaguely related to that. The bat signal is just a dim lamp that says it's fine. Says it's fine. I don't think a man could be the Riddler. When has a man learned he knows something you don't and not explained it immediately? If the Riddler was a man, he wouldn't give you time to answer. And do you know how the blockchain works? I'll tell you how the blockchain works. I don't think
That's so good.
Oh my goodness. It must be so weird to be a woman. Hey, this country was basically being run with woman energy for like the last 4 years, like mommy energy.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I know the neighbors.
Helicopter parents.
Yeah, I know the neighbors said they hated us, and I know they've been waving guns around and saying they're going to kill us one day. But it's okay. Have compassion for them. They're going through some rough times. They're good. They're going through some rough times. It's okay. Oh, the neighbors want to come over for dinner today. Oh, they ate all our food. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. They don't have as many resources as us. It's okay. They're a poor family. They're on SSI. It's okay. Now dad's fucking running the country. Get the fuck out of my house. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly like that. That's exactly what it is.
It's just like now it's dad energy.
Yeah. And then
Okay,
everybody's
ladies.
on notice. Everybody's on fucking notice.
It's just
Dad's
it's
gone
that-
for a while.
yeah,
Mom
yeah.
doesn't know what the fuck to do. Mom just starts doing mom shit. And then the kids start getting wild. And then dad comes home and everybody's fucking ears are all perked up.
Listen, parents out there who have kids. If you have one of those fucking kids that's like you're somewhere. I'll just pick tennis because my kids go to tennis. I don't know. Pick the activity. It doesn't matter. And your kid's being a jackass and the mom and dad are there. And they're like, Caleb, stop doing that. Caleb, stop doing that. And your kid's a disturbance. And then you look at the other parents and you're like, oh, you know, they're going through something or this or that. Like, no one cares. All we saw was you tell your kid 5 times to stop doing something, and your kid kept doing it, and you didn't put your foot down, and now we hate you and your kid.
Yeah.
Like, when you're at a birthday party and the cake comes out and you have the kid that fucking puts his finger in the cake, like, everyone hates you and your kid. Get control of your fucking kids.
Mm-hmm.
When your kid does that, puts his finger on the cake, you fucking call your kid over and you take him outside and you have a fucking talk with them in the front yard of the birthday party. And you let them sing happy birthday and your kid not be there. And if your kid doesn't fucking understand, you don't go back in the house. You fucking get in your car and drive them home.
Yeah.
And like, we're not absolving you because you told your kid 5 times not to do it and your kid still did it. Like, no. Now we know that you train your kid to disobey you. I'm so fucking and it's they're kind of like the athletes. Like, you want to I want to like you guys so fucking much. Like, I really fucking think fucking it's cool that I really think Tiffany Swift's music is awesome, but like but I just can't like it because she's such a dumb cunt. Sorry. It's like, I really want to like you and your kid.
Yeah.
I really want to like you, Pat, but then you talk and make posts, and it's just hard. I mean, I still like you, but then you just need to be ripped. You have to be ripped on a little bit. I smell a steak cooking.
Ooh, nice.
Are we edging on a Sevon rant? We were close. The thing is that's funny that you caught that. The thing is like, I there's a specific thing I want to talk about, but I just don't. I wonder how many athletes would be pulling out of the games if the WTF wasn't paying them. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's show. Let's talk about that.
That'd be good.
Which is okay. But then just say I'm okay with that. Like, listen, if Rumble paid fucking more than YouTube, I'd fucking be on Rumble. I am not hating on that at all. But here's the thing. YouTube not only pays better, but the audience is better. That's going to be the interesting thing when they see that there's no audience at WTF. How are they going to react to that? I wonder if it's going to be embarrassing for them when they come running back to CrossFit. When they have to start like failed training programs, like they're going to
No, because they don't even realize that they have done it.
What are they gonna pivot to? Which athletes would compete for free? I mean, there's some athletes that have just cracked the code, right? Like, so Colton would be doing shit for free because they've learned to leverage their fitness in other ways besides just going to events, right? So someone like Colton knows how to go to Crash and fucking leverage it. He got fucking Me and the Boys wrapped around his finger. He makes funny shit. He got a fucking hot wife that he works out with. He fucking got dogs. His gym's on his pig farm. Like, he figured it out. He cracked the code. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He cracked the code. And then there's other athletes that are just playing like they want to play professional. And then Katrin got titties and fucked a rich hockey player. I mean, there's a way to crack the code or make it work for you. Maybe crack the code's giving him too much credit. I mean, Colton's definitely cracked the code. He came to the table with the least and is taking. He was given the fewest gifts and made the most out of himself, and now brings the most to the table. It's kind of crazy what he did.
Yeah, it's awesome.
There's this thing called tall, beautiful man syndrome, and it's fucking crazy. You're lucky you're not beautiful, Caleb. You're just tall. But tall, beautiful man syndrome is a huge problem. Just makes pussies. You know the guys I'm talking about, right? It's like the opposite of short man syndrome. Tall, beautiful syndrome is cool until you graduate from high school.
Yeah,
you're
and then
like,
you just have no personality and you suck, and
you're
you think
soft
just because you
douche
are
because
that,
everyone's
but
loved you. Yeah.
exactly.
Where if you got short man syndrome, you like been fucking struggling and feeling sorry for your whole life, and you get out of fucking high school and you have a chip on your shoulder and you get rich, and you might never be happy, but at least you get successful, like Ryan Fisher.
Right.
I want to tell you, we have a tall, beautiful man in the space. I want to say his name, but I just can't. He's a friend of mine. Friendish.
Friend adjacent.
No. Sprague didn't have it easy. Sprague's tall, but the bad thing. Sprague's like an anomalous. Sprague was probably tall and goofy and not attractive, and he had a challenging upbringing as a child, and now he's reaping the rewards of it. Sprague was an ugly duckling, I think. He was a goofy ass fucking giraffe, and he had some issues at home, and they all pulled through. No, Sprague's not a good example. He's still tall and goofy. The goofy shit's going away, man. I love tall, beautiful men. Yeah, that comes with some baggage if they go tall and beautiful too early.
Fuck.
Yeah, Sprague's kind of like Colton. He had to earn everything he had to work. All right, that's it. I gotta go. I like to psychoanalyze more people, but okay, tomorrow Jake Lockhart's on. I think is he the head coach at Mayhem, or
Yeah, I think so.
he's some boss at Mayhem.
Yeah, I think he runs the programming there.
So we'll probably be talking about The Chosen. He likes the Bible stuff. Are you taking? Oh no, I'll take him. I will take him. Okay, I gotta go. Love you guys. See you later. What's today? Sunday?
Sunday.
I don't know if there's any other shows on today. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Oh, 2.5 hours. You're welcome, motherfuckers. Just treat me like a dancing monkey.